नमस्कार. रामा काणकोणकार प्रकरणान एंटी सोशल एलिमेंट आनी पॉलिटिशियन्स हांचें एक वायट रूप लोकां मुखार आयलां. म्हणजे अशें की आमी जे कितें उलयतात, आमी जे कितें करतात ताका तुमी जर विरोध करत, अशे तरेचे जर कितें कर्तूब जर उक्ताडा हाडत, खंयचेय वायट कर्तूब फुडाऱ्यांचे जर हाडत आनी तांचे पळय जे कितें एंटी सोशल एलिमेंट आहेत ते अशे तरेचो प्रश्न उपस्थित करतले, मारतले, ताका योग्य बुद्ध शिकयतले. इतलेंच न्हय जाल्यार ताका मारूनय उडयतले. ह्याच विशयाचेर आज आमी साडेतोड नायक घेतात. दोन मानेस्त आमचे कडेन आहात. आमचे कडेन आहात बॉस्को जॉर्ज, जे आदले IPS, तांकां हालींच प्रेसिडेंट पुलीस मेडल मेळ्ळा. तुमकां हांव परबी दितां. आनी हांव जाणा बॉस्को आज साडेतोड उलयतलो. दुसरो साडेतोड गेस्ट आमचे कडेन आहा तो एडवोकेट क्लियोपात बाबकुतीन, एक प्रामाणीक वकील. सद्या प्रामाणीक ह्या विशयाचेर जेन्ना आमी उलयतात तेन्ना सगळें एक काचाबूल अशें चित्र आमच्या मुखार उबें रावता. हांव सगळ्यान पयलीं वतां बॉस्को बाब तुजे कडेन. हें जें पळय कितें गुंडाराज, एंटी सोशल एलिमेंट जे कितें सद्या गोंयान भितर हातपांय पसरपाक लागल्यात, तांकां आमी माफिया म्हणूं येता.
माफिया आय थिंक इट्स टू हार्श अ वर्ड.
ओके.
आनी दुसरें म्हणजे तांकां चड क्रेडिबिलिटी दिता आमी. Mafia.
Oh.
I mean, these are gangsters, and it's not, why I'm saying is, mafia is a challenge for the law enforcement. Okay? These people can be controlled. It's not a big thing for the police.
Okay.
Definitely. So to give credibility for them as mafia is, for me, as a police officer, for as an ex-police officer, I feel it is not required.
Okay. हांव तुजे कडेन तेच हाचेर येता. बिल्डर, हेजे पळय लँड डेव्हलपर्स, पॉलिटिशियन हांची पळय जी अभद्र युती जी पळय जाल्ली दिसता ताजो राजकारणाक फायदो मेळटा. आनी जेन्ना लँड डिलिंग्स पॉलिटिशियन्स जेन्ना इनवॉल्ड असतात आनी तांकां जेन्ना एंटी सोशल एलिमेंट जेन्ना सपोर्ट करता, माफिया जायन तो.
सॉरी, मुगे भाशेन आय डिफर विथ
बॉस्को बाब.
बिकॉज मुगे भाशेन एक ऑर्गनायज्ड क्रिमिनल नेटवर्क इज माफिया. If you are organized with, say, backup of political, maybe some legal backup,
yes,
and then it is connected, say, to land, it could be called land mafia. You are connected to drugs, you could be called part of drug mafia. Maybe you are connected to mining, so mining mafia, or sand mining mafia. So according to me, these are all.
हांव तुका एक याद करून दिता. हांव एका मायनींग एका व्हडलो उद्योगपतीक विचारिल्लें, तुजें उजीर तुवें आशिल्लें की तुवें गोंयची एक मायन ताब्यान घेवपा खातीर एका विमानांतल्यान 50 गुंडा गोंयान हाडिल्ले. कळ्ळें तुका? तेन्ना हय ताणें हय ऑफिस कोण हाडिल्ले आनी ती मायन आपण ताब्यान घेतली. सो हे जे व्हडले जे पळय कितें चलता मायनींग, एका अर्थान लँड डिलिंग, हें आतां फाटले 10 वर्सां चालू आसा.
सो या एक्चुअली मायनींग म्हणटा आतां सद्याक तें ना अशें. इज नॉट ऑन दॅट. मे बी इन द बूम टायम इट वॉज देर. पूण मुगे भाशेन इन द लँड डिलिंग, लँड कन्वर्शन्स, रियल एस्टेट, इन दीस एरिया देर आर ऑर्गनायज्ड क्रायम्स. आतां पळय तूं, तो एक पुलीस इन्स्पेक्टर हू वॉज इन्वॉल्वड इन ब्रिंगिंग डावन समबडीज हाऊस somewhere in the north. I think it was in Pedden Taluka. Now, I would say that is also part of real estate mafia, and there the police was involved.
Yes.
Let our Bosco Bob say something on that.
ना बॉस्को बाब, म्हाका तूं म्हजो क्वेश्चन तूं हें सांगूच, पूण म्हजो क्वेश्चन आहा, तूं आतां फाटले 25 वर्सां पुलीस दलान आसा. तुवें म्हाका दिसता 5-6 चीफ मिनिस्टर पळयले. एंटी सोशल एलिमेंट पॉलिटिशियन नॅक्सस हो एक पयलींच्यान आसा, पूण गोंयच्या पॉलिटिशियन, गोंयच्या चीफ मिनिस्टरान बडी मारपाचें काम केलां. हां, सो तूं मातसो तुजो हो एक्सपिरियन्स आमकां सांग आनी मागीर ताच्या प्रश्नाक तुवें जाप दिले आतां.
I joined in 1990 तेन्ना.
Yes.
And see that let's put, there are different categories there.
Yes.
Okay. तेन्नाच्या टायमार मोबाईल नासले, कांय नासले. There was nothing.
Yeah.
To even meet the chief minister or even get a call from the chief minister, and that time it was Mr. Pratap Singh Rane, I think police was totally like, on their tender hooks. I mean, you cannot afford to antagonize anybody up the chain. The police chief was the ultimate for a person.
You used to never get a call from the chief minister, Pratap Singh Rane.
Impossible. Okay, we see, I'll give a small this thing, like, every evening 7 o'clock there used to be the roll call. Roll call police at police station. त्या टायमार सगळे जे कोणाक समन्स हा वॉरंट हा या कितें ऑल द इन्फॉर्मेशन फॉर द डे एंड फॉर द नेक्स्ट डे जर तो बंदोबस्त हा ये दिस यूज टू बी टेल टू बी इन्फॉर्म टू द स्टाफ सो दॅट एवरीबडी इज देर. तेजे उपरांत PI इन्स्पेक्टर तो घरा वयतालो 7 सो 7:30 सर. This is Panjim police station because I worked over there. 7:30 used to go home. He used to come only next morning at 8 o'clock. That time Raja Kon Amit as the sub-inspector, we were in this thing. And we couldn't even call Zortor Rache, Zortor Kestao Makite Zat, we couldn't disturb the PI. So Nalak Tumkadan Zaina. I mean, this was this
just 20 years difference we can see now.
Yeah, he would say, Nalak, you cannot handle. You want PI to come at the police station. So be this thing. So during that time, Goa Protectors had come up.
Yes.
I can tell you.
Goa Protectors was a big history cheaters, big gang.
Yeah, and at that time my inspector was Umesh Gaonkar. He same thing. He went at about 8 o'clock, but Umesh Gaonkar was not that. You could call him anytime. There was no thing.
Yeah.
But that night there was a seafood festival.
And who was the chief minister that time? Protectors?
I think Ravi Nayak.
Ravi Nayak was the chief minister, correct.
There was a seafood festival म्हणून आसताले मिरामार फर्स्ट इयर एंड थिंगा आमचे आमकां दिसती पडले हे गोवा प्रोटेक्टर्साचे गँग येयले आमकां आमचे कॉन्स्टेबल जे इन प्लेन क्लोज साहेब येयले सो वी वेंट एंड वी कॉट देम एंड बट वी नेवर इवन कॉल्ड द PI. That was the thing. We were able to act. No one could question because the rule of law was respected. That was there. No politician. I mean, even when the next day, politicians never called.
Ravi Nayak was, everybody now takes the name of Ravi Nayak. Ki Ravi Nayak, Home Minister, strong ashillo, Ravi Nayak strong ashillo, Ravi Nayak boro gundaso kardanka ashtak mundat. You know, tujhe experience.
You know, sometimes like, you know, we always act in crisis. You know, there is a reaction. Even our country, anything, when a gun is pointed to us, then we act. During that time, was this Rajan Narayan was attacked at this thing. So, I mean, it was a question. It was an opportunity. And the dignity of the government, it had to face it. So, at that time, he acted and he said, finish these people. I think today that challenge has come before us. We need to finish this goons who are there. They are not, I think for Goa police, these goons are definitely not a challenge. They can handle it. They only require clear direction.
म्हाका सांग परत म्हजोच क्वेश्चन तुकाच कारण तूं हें सगळें पळयलां चित्र आनी आतांय तूं एक जबाबदार नागरीक म्हणजे जें कितें घडटा तें बारीक पळयत आसा. आज पॉलिटिकल इंटरफियरन्स खूब आसा. एवरीबडी स्पीक्स अबाउट इट. तूं म्हाका सांग आयच्या खिणाक अशे तरेन तुमकां जे पळय कितें मेकळीक आशिल्ली स्वातंत्र्य आशिल्लें आज आसा police act करू शकतात.
See, again, Raju, the time was different. As I told you, at that time, MLAs couldn't approach the then chief minister.
I know how.
No one could anyone go to Pratap Singh Rane and could go to Pratap Singh Rane and say this sub inspector ये कोत्ता तो he would straight away तू कितना interfere जाता police come. Even Dr. Willie at that point of time they never actually that
exactly.
Today MLAs are putting pressure on the leadership to decide, I want this sub-inspector, I want this inspector.
Exactly.
There is bound to be.
Exactly.
I mean, it is wrong to even say the chief minister is this thing. Unless these elected representatives realize that.
The problem is the.
And sir, one this thing I'll just add. Our Police Act of 1861, what is it? I would have read it to say. The superintendence of the police force lies in the state government. So if this is going to be, naturally, which police is going to go against the state government?
So what do you mean? SPs are, they can...
No, but it's very difficult to challenge. If the political executive says that no, this is not to be done, what are you going to do?
See, the Police Act of 1861 was a colonial piece.
Yes.
and somehow we are using it today.
Yeah, and it was because of the this 1857.
Correct, correct.
So then they put a complete
Yeah, 1861, after 1857 this 1861 Police Act came. And आता किती झालं? आता every minister, every MLA wants the PI, PSI, Mamladar and Deputy Collector of their choice.
Correct.
So this is the problem. And once the Mamladar, PI, Deputy Collector are choices of the ministers, and we have 12 ministers. It's a big, in fact, 12 out of 40 is big number.
Correct.
Now there are 12 ministers who want people of their choice. They are there because of them.
Correct.
And these police or Mamladar, Deputy Collector are unable to act against what their bosses say. This is the problem. And today we have reached a stage where however good a officer is,
correct,
however good a Mamladar is or Deputy Collector is, people have no faith in the system. People have lost faith in the police force. People have lost faith in the administration. And that is the problem.
I'll just read, there are so many committees Government of India put regarding the Police Act of 1861. It needs to be changed. And look at the main, this thing is this thing. The Act has been criticized for lacking provisions for democratic accountability and oversight, which has contributed to the politicization of the police force.
Yes.
I wish all these political parties take an oath that we will abolish this 1861 and introduce a model police. Then you can believe these chaps.
No, but even if the model police code is introduced, it will have to be such that it is not in control of
the I mean the oversight.
How you see now today, you look at our ED, look at our main forces in the country, look at the CBI.
Yeah.
Are they independent? Are they acting in a manner which they have to act?
So Boshko, under such circumstances, Rama Kankonkar case योग्य दिशेने चालल्या.
I think the police have acted, but only up to a point.
Yes.
This is this thing. They acted immediately. See, that's what I'm saying. For Goa police to handle this thing is not a big thing. They can handle it, and they need to only take the last step and naming the mastermind. That's it. That's all.
Cleo. Yeah. I am asking you the same question.
Yes.
जेन्ना एक कोणी मिनिस्टर किंवा एक MLA हाजे फाटल्यान असं अशें एलिगेशन जाता तेन्ना सद्याच्या परिस्थितीन ही केस योग्य दिशेन चल्ल्या अशें म्हणूं येता.
There are two things. One is the police have acted fast, as Boshko has said, acted fast. They caught those 5 or 6 people.
Yeah.
We can be sure that these 5 or 6 people have acted under some diktat. Now they try to tell us that the diktat came from that Zenito whom they have arrested. Now, from whom did
Kingpin
mastermind? That is the issue.
Yeah.
They say Zenito is the kingpin.
Yeah.
Who is the mastermind?
Okay.
Now, this issue is difficult as long as the police are in the grip of the administration. But one more thing I will tell you, see, even arrest of Zenito could be to send a message to whomever
the mastermind.
The mastermind is that see, I am the boss.
Boshko, up to your video पळयला Zenito पोलिसांनी हाडलो. He is entering like a hero.
Yes.
But तो कोणाक बिना.
I mean,
surprising
that body language was such that it gives a very pathetic view of our uniform.
Exactly.
Yes.
So म्हाका सांगा ती ही अशा परिस्थितीन भितर लोकांक दुबाव मनान निर्माण जाला, सोशल वर्कर लोकांक दुबाव निर्माण जाला, केस योग्य दिशेन वतली काय ना, कारण ते झेनेटोचेर सगळें घालतले आनी फुडें कांयच जावचें ना. हो आमकां भंय आहा.
It's very difficult.
That is difficult. That is absolutely difficult. See, what statements did the accused give? What statement did Zenito give? That is known to the police only.
Yeah.
Correct.
Now, how will we come to know whom did they implicate? Now, it is people's expectations that the mastermind would be named.
Yes.
But that has to come from them.
आणि जाता कितें तुका यू विल बी एबल टू आन्सर दीस क्वेश्चन की लोकांक न्ही पब्लीक मेमरी म्हणून आसता ती चडसो तेलो ना मिडिया आसता ते ताका रोखडो दुसरो इशू मेळटा ते चलयतात कार्यकर्त्यांक आनी गजाली
करेक्ट आतां तो पळय तो 2020 थंय तो मातेर म्हण ताका लासून मारलो इन अ रियल एस्टेट स्कॅम.
करेक्ट.
We are 6 years down the line. Nobody knows about it.
Exactly.
When I told this to my friend, they said, "Matir mulor kono."
हय रे सारकें.
So everybody, and he was burnt alive, and nobody knows about it.
Exactly. So म्हाका एक सांग बस्को बाब, आयच्या सर्कमस्टन्सान आमी विचार केलो न्ही लोक भितात. पत्रकाराय भितले. आमी कन्सर्न पत्रकार ह्या विशयाचेर रामा काणकोणकार प्रकरणान आमी आवाज कित्याक उठयतात. आज रामा काणकोणकार फाल्यां आनी कोणान परत जर्नलिस्ट लोक जो आवाज उठयता लोक जो करंदाय करता उबो रावता स्टँड घेवन ताका मारतले मरे आनी रामा काणकोणकार फकत मारला रामा काणकोणकार
but he must have been beaten for to get that fear only in people who will act. To create that atmosphere of terror, to create that atmosphere of terror, to create that atmosphere of fear that nobody else should act. We acted, we showed Rama Kankondkar the lesson. What about you? This seems to be the.
So आज रामा काणकोणकाराक एक दहशत निर्माण करपा खातीर ताणें मारला फाल्यां ते जिते मारचेना कित्या वयल्यान.
So for that, like we were saying, the law has to be this thing. Whether it is NSA, I mean, you have to think of these preventive detentions of this. Unless that message is not conveyed to the public, people will have a sort of a fear.
Exactly.
And other thing, our people also will keep electing the same chaps. They are least this thing.
Exactly. ताजेर हांव येता म्हाका तुजे कडेन एक जाय आशिल्लो. यू आर ऑल्सो ए सोशल वर्कर आनी एक प्रामाणीक सिन्सियरली तूं काम करता. गोंयच्या सोशल वर्कर सो कॉल्ड सोशल वर्करची क्रेडिबिलिटी हाजेर ह्या दिसांनी चर्चा जाल्या. म्हाका दिसता एक 2 मिनटां ताजेर आमी दिवपाक जाय.
No, see, actually, whether it is lawyers or social workers,
correct.
They all come from the same society. Exactly. Why are you expecting a very high standard only from social workers?
You're right. Also about journalists.
Correct. So exactly. Our expectation from them also is too high. That only they all have to be extremely honest.
Exactly. बस्को परत हांव तुजे कडेन येता. गोंयांत जे पळय IAS ऑफिसर धाडटात तांचे कडेन कितें स्टडी आसता हे हिस्ट्री शीटर्स एक गुंडा माफिया गोंयांत कशें काम करतात तांचे एक लिस्ट एक सिस्टम ते कशें ऑपरेट करतात.
Raju, I'll give you my own experience.
Yes.
You know, I was in Arunachal.
Yes.
See,
I visited it.
Yeah. Now the thing is, you know, when you are not, irrespective whether this come from Delhi or anything.
Yeah.
If I'm a Goan, for me, my interest of Goa becomes most important.
Exactly.
Now I'm posted over there. My family is not there. I don't have that emotional, sentimental connection is not there. It becomes difficult.
Yes.
So. What is the main thinking is let's work, let's finish our term
and go home.
So we
take the transfer. No, तुझी थंय पाळा नासता.
You have to.
So you admit that हांगा पळय जे IPS ऑफिसर येतात. See, we are
irrespective of this thing.
Yeah.
There may be very few. Like I had a very good experience. There was one DIG who had come here, Mr. Kamar Ahmed. As far as the crime and was concerned, he was thorough. I mean, if during a crime, police have the crime meeting every once in a month, all police stations are called. He would ask the officer, tell me who's this criminal from your police station area. And sometimes the officer would not know. He says, if you don't know this, I can expect, what can we expect from you to this thing? So they were thorough in this thing. Years back, there was another Brar man.
Yes.
They were very thorough at that point of. But today, everyone is come with a technology mind and different thing. And the main this thing is, you know, you are not from this area. So that
unconcerned.
But I think from what you are telling me, it is those times versus present times.
Yes, yes.
And those times are good. The present times are bad. That appears to be the situation.
Not bad, but there is. I mean that this thing is not there, and things are changing. Indifference.
आणि एक क्वेश्चन झेनेटो कडेन पयसो खंयच्यान येता इतले तुमचे इन्स्टिट्यूशन्स आहात इतले इन्स्टिट्यूशन्स आहात ईडी टू CBI to everybody, income tax.
Correct.
ते कशे scot free वतात हे ते व्हडले अरे लोकांक खबर everybody knows
today everything and especially now everything you file income tax everything
exactly.
You can get
exactly.
all these details on the tip of your finger.
Exactly.
You need to be only that's what I said. Raju, for Goa police to crack him and break him is not a big thing.
Yes.
So you only require a political will to say nail this person. He can be nailed. If innocent people can be nailed, what is the big thing?
तुका हांव एक somewhat political question विचारता. Permanent solution to गुंडाराज to mafia. कारण आज गुंडाराज आहा, फाल्यां ते माफिया जावपाचें आहा गोंयांत. Land is going to be very crucial. Politician तातूंत भितर आसतले. Politician लँडान भितर पयशे करतले, तांकां गुंडा जाय पडटले, इलेक्शन जिखचें पडटलें.
According to me, both land and drugs.
Land and drugs.
Both land and drugs will have to be tackled.
So how you are going to tackle permanent solution? How we are going to find?
We need to protect our land. I don't know.
Permanent solution at a very political level would be to send people with a proper perspective. How we get them, where we get them, we will have to see, because see what happens is we are state with 40 MLAs. In these 40 MLAs there are about 5 kingdoms.
You are right.
And these 5 kingdoms,
republics.
Yes, 5 yes. And these 5 republics, you can imagine if these 5 republics manage to come to power.
Yes, they are coming.
If these 5 republics
प्रत्येक आपले बायले हाडटा ताजे नंतर तो आपले आनीक 2-3 कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीचेर कंट्रोल दवरता.
So I think that is what we will have to break somehow.
कांय दीस पयलीं न्ही एक शिवोले एक MLA आशिल्लो पालेकार म्हणून तो मिनिस्टर आसतना एज्युकेशन केलें आपल्या फाटल्यान गुंडा भोंवता म्हणून बिकॉज आय एम अगेन्स्ट ड्रग्स म्हणून. So MLAs are also not.
I think that is sometimes they exaggerate also, Raju. Especially when they are in power in order to settle scores and all. I don't. This is the thing. We have seen this thing.
So you mean to say that many Goan with the drugs mafia?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm only saying that everyone has a blessing in all this thing. No one will even forget the local sarpanch and all are taken into confidence when all these things are. When anything which is not within the law is taken place. I mean, it's not a big thing. So maybe someone must have not got his cut, so he must have said this thing.
Exactly. So permanent solution आम्ही कशे सोदतले?
See, permanent solution.
कारण तू upright.
No. Permanent
upright तो वकील. फाल्यां तूं अपरायट स्टँड घेतल्यार तुका भंय आहा. आमी अपरायट जर्नलिस्ट आमकां भंय आहा फाल्यां. तो पुलीस ऑफिसर तो डायरेक्टली फ्रँकली उलयता ताका फाल्यां भंय आहा. कशें आमी तुजे कडेन पिस्तूल आसा?
The ideal solution will be also to send upright people there.
Exactly.
Now
exactly.
Upright people there, but then I find the situation going from bad to worse because money plays a big role, and all these drugs, land also play a big role. And if these people are having a land mafia, drug mafia, it is only also in taking into consideration the next elections.
बसको म्हाका एक सांग रामा काणकोणकार प्रकरणान एक मुवमेंट जावपाचो तयारेन आसा. मुवमेंट जावं शकता जातलो काय आमकां खबर ना पूण ज्या पद्दतीन लोक सामके उत्स्फूर्तपणान आझाद मैदानाचेर आयले ज्या पद्दतीन पुलीस स्टेशन दारान पावले एक मेसेज गेलो लोकांक की दिस इज समथींग सिरियस वी हॅव टू एक्ट. सो अशे तरेन तुका दिसता की एक लोकांच्या मदीं एक कॉन्शियसनेस बिल्डअप जावपाची ही प्रक्रिया?
I am hopeful, but we gather a lot of steam first, and then suddenly there is a.
But Raju, you tell me, some months back, there was something called a job scam.
Correct.
Amkan dishille job scam will be taken to its logical end.
Correct.
Why are the job scam?
Samke na.
I think has anybody been is inside
job scam एक मिनिस्टर वच्चे पडले ते दुसरो आयलो आनी आमी गोमंतक प्राउडली आमी म्हणटात आमी एक मंत्र्याक घरा धाडलो म्हणून. सो पूण ताजे उपरांत काय जालें ना, एक मुवमेंट पॉलिटिकल जावप. कोणें मुवमेंट करप तो मुवमेंट करप फक्त जर्नलिस्ट न्ही, फक्त न्यूज मिडिया न्ही, मुवमेंट करपाक जाय आमचें ऑपोजिशन. Opposition खंय बाबा.
And you see, Raju, during those days when sir was young and all, those students used to take to the street. Today,
Exactly.
do you see anyone? Nobody.
Exactly.
I was recently in that Mark
Scandal issue.
Mark scandal issue. Over there, the students are so scared to even come out openly.
Exactly.
The chairman and we had to sit down in private and take each one and
तुवें बी ह्या सगळ्या मुवमेंटान आशिल्लो. जेन्ना ऑपोजिशन जेन्ना मेंबर्स रस्त्यार येतात बोवाळ करतात तांकां क्रेडिबिलिटी आसा.
Incredible.
ऑपोजिशन मेंबर्स तांकां एक क्रेडिबिलिटी जाय न्ही हे सगळे मुवमेंट चलोवपाक. सगळे लोक म्हाका हांवें सोशल मिडियाचेर पळयता ते म्हणटा हांगा कितें क्रेडिबिलिटी आसा काय म्हणटा फक्त इलेक्शना टायमार येता बोवाळ मारपाक लागले म्हणून.
पूण ऑपोजिशन रस्त्यार येयला पूण आय डोंट एक्सेप्ट दिस. अकॉर्डिंग टू मी दे आर नॉट ऑन द रोड्स, दे हॅव नॉट हिट द रोड्स, एंड दे इफ एट ऑल दे वॉन्ट टू बी the next to be considered, they have to be on the roads all the time.
Yes.
But they are not on the roads.
Yes. एक सांग, ऑपोजिशन जेन्ना स्ट्रॉंग आसता, आय विल गिव ए गुड एक्झाम्पल ऑफ मनोहर पर्रीकार. मनोहर पर्रीकार जेन्ना उबो रावतालो तेन्ना सरकार भितालेंच, पुलीस भितालो वेन ही वॉज इन ऑपोजिशन. दे वर कंपेल्ड टू एक्ट. आज ऑपोजिशन ना, हाजो परिणाम पोलीस दलाचेर जायना, तांचे नीतिधैर्य, तांचो एक कॉन्फिडन्स लेवल देंवना.
कोणाचो कॉन्फिडन्स? Police have no alternative. As I say, Raju, the alternative is change this act of 1860.
No, actually, what Bosko Bab is saying is, police are almost an extension of the government, of the ruling party.
Correct.
This is what he's saying.
Correct. एक हें पयलींच्यान आशिल्लें, पूण हालीं इल्लें चड
जाला.
सगळे MLA आनी सगळे मिनिस्टराक तूं ताका मिनिस्टर करनाका, पुलीस ऑफिसर ताजो धाड, ताका जाय तो पुलीस ऑफिसर धाड. सो आमकां फ्युचर आहा फ्युचर ना आमकां क्लियर.
Sometimes
कालूच सुप्रीम कोर्टान एक जजमेंट आशिल्लो दॅट वॉज ऑन द सिव्हिल एंड क्रिमिनल. ते म्हणटा वाय शूड पुलीस बिकम रिकवरी एजंट्स इन सिव्हिल मॅटर्स.
Exactly.
That is in fact that is what the Supreme Court, you have become recovery agents in civil matters. So police are used by everybody, particularly from the ruling side.
I would say used, they are abused by everybody. Even in the end, they are not even able to satisfy the public for whom.
आमचो कार्यावळीचो वेळ सोंपत आयला. म्हाका एक इन द एंड आय वॉन्ट ए नायस स्टेटमेंट फ्रॉम यू, अपील टू पुलीस. करूं शकता तूं?
My real this thing is, this the political parties that are there. It is to them.
Yes.
If you want a good police force, you want a police force that will act by the book, by the constitution, then change this act of 1861, wherein superintendence is with the government. Have an oversight over, say, maybe the members. It is where the DG is responsible to that committee and not to the government.
Not to the government.
Government becomes only a spokesperson.
This is the ideal situation.
So, yeah. I mean, if all these parties, they need to think and say, okay, the act of it, and there are committees after committees.
No, but any danger, police have to total freedom.
No, I'm not saying.
They will also become corrupt.
I'm not saying total freedom. Oversight has to be there. There has to be checks and balances. Even see in Maharashtra they have, if a police officer is arbitrarily transferred by the DG, there is a tribunal to check it, and he can go back. It is this thing again. Here there is no. Here you can remove, and although the Supreme Court had given a judgment regarding that thing.
But if you look at it, everything seems to be collapsing.
Yeah.
The police have collapsed. Sometime back we thought that Lokpal, Astalamun, they collapsed. The accountability institutions are also collapsing.
Okay.
And that is it's a
final statement that so udas जायना. How we will bring the change?
No, you can bring the change at election time.
Yeah.
Okay. सो हांव इतल्या उतराचेर ही कार्यावळ सोंपयता. बश्को बाब, तूं आनी क्लियरफाद तुमी दोगी जाण एक इंडिपेंडंट व्यू घेवन हांगा आयले. म्हाका हांगा ह्या डिस्कशन म्हाका पॉलिटिशियन कोण नाका आशिल्ले, फक्त आरोप प्रत्यारोप आनी तांचे बद्दल क्रेडिबिलिटी उणी आसा. म्हाका दिसता लोकां कडेन आमी हें सोंपोवपाची गरज आसा. लोकांनी विचार करपाक जाय गोंय कितलें डिग्रेड जावपाक दितले, गोंयच्यो इन्स्टिट्यूशन्स कितल्यो डिग्रेड जावन काबार जावपाक दितले. आनी इन्स्टिट्यूशन जर काबार जाले, पोलीस जर काबार जाले, लोकांक भंय आसा. समाज कार्यकर्त्यांक प्रेस आनी जे लोक आवाज उठयतात इंडिपेंडंटली वायटा विरुद्ध जे उबे रावतात तांकां भंय आहा. हो भंय जर नासत जाल्यार कितें जावंक शकता हे म्हाका दिसता ताचेर चर्चा करपाची गरज आहा आनी लोकांनी परत विचार करचे. एक इंडिपेंडंट इन्स्टिट्यूशन तयार जावपाक पुलिसाक बळ मेळपा जाय आनी लोक जागृत आसपाक जाय. म्हाका लोक जागृत ना जाल्यार आमकां भवितव्य ना. इतल्यान ही हांव कार्यावळ सोंपयतां. बश्को तूं कार्यावळीक आयलो आनी कळवात तुय दोगी जाण आयले. तुमकां दोगी जाणांक हांव धन्यवाद दितां. पळयत रावात गोमंतक TV.